Hello students, if you had been attending my classes, you know that we have already started chapter number 8, that is plants. So today we will start with part 2 of chapter 8, plants. The learning checklist of today is going to be stem, functions of stem and modifications of stem. These are the things that we will be covering up in this video. Shoot system. We have already discussed a little bit about shoot system in our previous classes. That is, it is the part of that plant which is present above the ground, and it usually includes the stem, leaf, flower and fruit. So today we will cover about the stem, and in the coming lectures we will study about the rest of the parts of the shoot system, that is leaf, flower and fruit. So this is the diagrammatic representation of the shoot system. Basically it will show you the different parts of a stem. So if you take a closer look at the top of a stem, means the tip, you will find a bud-like structure. This structure is known as apical bud, and this is responsible for the growth of the plant. Means the plant will continue to grow from its apical bud, and it is present in all the plants, in all the stems of the plant. Then these are the places which are known as nodes, and these are basically that part of the stem where a new branch or a new leaf will arise, and between two nodes is the space which is known as internode. So you will see no leaf or no other branch which is arising from the internode. Only the nodes will let the different leaves and branches grow from the stem. Then this is a branch. Again you can see this branch is also arising from another node. This is a leaf, again arising from the node, and this is the central stem. So this entire part which is above the ground forms the shoot system of the plant. So starting with the stem now. Stem is that part of the plant that holds leaves, flowers, fruits, etc. And this is the part of the plant that is seen growing above the ground towards the light. Leaves are attached to the stem at the regions which are called as nodes. The section of the stem or the space between two nodes is called as an internode. The apical bud is present at the tip of the main stem, and it is also present at the tip of the different branches, and this is responsible for the growth of the plants. Coming on to the functions of the stem, there are basically three functions of the stem that you need to remember. The first is that stem gives support to the entire plant. In most of the plants, the central stem is strong, so it helps the plant to stand erect. Obviously we have some other exceptions where the plant does not have a strong stem, and those kind of weak stem plants are known as climbers or creepers. Then the next function of the stem is that stem exposes the leaves, the flowers and the branches to sunlight, which helps it to get nutrients to carry out photosynthesis. Because of the photosynthesis, the leaves are able to make their own food. And the last function is that the stem conducts water and food to different parts of the plant. So once the water is absorbed by the roots, it is sent to the different parts of the plant, for example to fruits, to flowers, to leaves, with the help of stem. Similarly, once the food is made in the leaves, that food is transported to the rest of the part of the plants via stem. Now stem modifications. We have already studied about the root modifications, where the root was changing into some other type to perform some special functions. Similarly, in case of stem modifications, some plants will change their stem to perform some kind of special functions. So these modifications or these changes are known as stem modification. There are four types of stem modifications that you will study here. First is storage of food. Second will be vegetative propagation. Third will be protection, and the fourth modification that you will see here will be regarding the support. Now let's learn about them one by one. So starting with the stem modification, which is for storage of food. We have some underground stems that store food in them. For storing food, underground stems get modified into three main types, and these three types are known as tuber, bulb and rhizome. These are the names that are given to those underground stems which are meant for storing food. Potato is an example of tuber, onion is an example of bulb, and ginger is an example of rhizome. So here also you can see, like in the case of root modification, where the root was modified for storage of food, in that case also the root was getting swollen up due to the accumulation of food. Here also, due to storage of food, the underground stem will be a little bit swollen. All the three examples are displayed here in the pictures. First picture is of potato, second picture is of onion, and the third picture is of ginger, which are all in all the cases they are connected to their stem. The stem has not been removed. Now the next stem modification is vegetative propagation. Vegetative propagation is also known as vegetative reproduction. So some stems are modified for vegetative propagation. Now what is vegetative propagation? It is the ability of that part of the stem to give rise to a new plant. So here in the picture you can see, first picture is of a potato, and you can see that from potato several new stems are growing, or several new plants have started its growth. If you chop off these part of the potato and you plant it into the soil, you will see a development of a new plant after a certain period of time. So this is known as vegetative propagation. Examples are potato, onion, grasses, etc. In the second picture you can see a grass which is having multiple roots. This is because the stem or the branches of the grass, they are capable of growing new roots from their nodes. So whatever part comes in contact with the soil, it starts the development of a new root, and hence it becomes a new plant. The third type of stem modification is protection. For the purpose of protection, some branches they convert into thorns, and these thorns protect the plant from the predators. The predators here can be the herbivore animals which feeds on the plants and grasses. So to protect from those predators, the branches they change itself into thorns. The examples can be rose and bougainvillea, which has modified stems as thorns. Now the last type of modification that you need to learn is for support. This takes place in plants with weak stems. So the plants with weak stems, they cannot stand straight on their own. As a result, they either take the support of a wall or a tree, or they simply spread on the ground. So it is specialized to either creep on the ground, or it is specialized to climb on any kind of support. These can be grouped into two classes. They are creepers and climbers. Creepers are those plants which start spreading on the ground, so they take the support of the ground for their growth. Examples are pumpkin, watermelon, bitter gourd, etc. And the second class is climbers, where the plant takes the support of anything to climb upon. The examples are money plant, vanilla plant, black pepper, etc. So these climbers are specialized to take the support of any kind of support and climb on them. So that's all for today. Along with this presentation, I will send two videos. The first video will be the demonstration of modification of stem for vegetative propagation, and in the second video I have given the demonstration for the stem modification for protection. Thank you and have a nice day.